Good evening, Tigers, and welcome to The Source. I'm Sydney.
And I'm Piano. This week's edition of The Source comes at a very strange time in the world's and DePauw's history. Drastic measures have been taken worldwide to combat the spread of what the World Health Organization has officially declared a pandemic, COVID-19, or as it's more commonly known, the coronavirus.
That's right, and we're changing up the norm for The Source and letting you listen to the way coronavirus is impacting DePauw's campus.
I feel like the school is doing a pretty good job just making sure that everyone's safe at this point, and it's a good thing that they're having everyone go home between now and next Friday.
So I feel like there's no way to mitigate the shock. At its foremost, it is just shocking, and plans come after the shock, so as soon as that wears off, I'll figure out what I'm doing. But for right now, I'm still in a state of disarray.
Well, I'm from Delaware, and there's a reason I drove 11 hours to get away from Delaware, but it appears my plans have not worked out, have failed severely, so now I have to return. But when that return date is, I have no idea.
I think on our campus, in terms of the information that's gone out, we are doing everything right in terms of our policies, the suspension of in-person classes. That's very typical. Other liberal arts institutions are certainly doing the same thing, but I think the impact is, of course, it's disrupting our everyday lives. We know this from other epidemics and pandemics. It disrupts that social fabric. So there's a contagion factor, the illness factor that we want to pay attention to, but it's going to be the social disruption that we need to plan for and address. I think the feeling among students too, at least in my classes, is really different depending on whether you are first or second year or even a junior versus those who are seniors. And I absolutely appreciate that, and I'm sure all my faculty colleagues do too. I mean, we're well aware that the narrative is different if this is your very last semester than if you're thinking about coming back next year, and that this is just a moment in your academic history versus the sort of last semester. Given the fact that we're doing all the right things, we're trying to protect the public's health, that the impact will be less than predicted. I have a lot of colleagues who are less optimistic than that. I think that has to do with, we have to recognize the highly infectious and contagious nature of the disease. The fact that you can be a carrier and asymptomatic. But I think given our access to a lot of different technologies, that we're actually going to be able to do this fairly well. It'll be imperfect. I keep saying that too, and I know people in the administration have said it too, but it's not the cancellation of classes, right? I mean, it's suspension and reconfiguring. And if we can think of that part as an opportunity and sort of unique way to see one another and a unique way to learn, and even an opportunity to learn skills that we might use in our pedagogy in the future, then that's great.
Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to D3 TV's YouTube channel, Facebook page, and Instagram to stay posted on all things DePauw.
And make sure to exercise caution and stay safe and informed. I'm Sydney.
And I'm Piano. Until next time, have a fantastic week, Tigers.